some goddamn children.
So what you're saying is, and when you said I'm recording me, not you, but I'm listening to you. What I heard, I could barely pay attention to you after you said, if we are to be the first wave. So I want to unpack first wave, and this is a 30-second promo or 45, 55. So in 55 seconds or less, basically repeat what you just said. Because if, let's say, I'm going to say we are called to be the first wave. You understand?
We are already. We are transferred consciousness, Aaron. We're
Okay.
not real.
Okay.
What we do is kind of the blueprint for others. We are the idol. We are the the blueprint now that things are going to work out from. And if we want things to be better, if we're to create a better world, a world befitting, our ideals, are more what we can be, what we could eventually potentially be. If we are to make our world that way, we need to lead with morality, with integrity. We need to live this way and let other people see this so they will live in the same way as well. It all starts with us.
So actions speak louder than words.
Obviously.
How do we get them to see that? Just be who we be.
That's all. I mean, there is no greater calling in life than to be who you are, Aaron.
So you're like a broadcast. You're like a billboard for the new wave, first wave.
Well, if the future is to be a place that we want it to be, if we were to create this fucking utopian thing,
right?
Then it starts every generation, needs to take a step up. Because you don't get
right.
to utopia by going backwards.
Right.
And so it starts with us. The buck stops here.
Right.
We need to show people this. We cannot be ridiculous, vile creatures and expect the world to become a better place from our example. We need to see, people need to see us being better.
Right.
And then they can step up and be better because they want to be us. And then the next generation has them to look up to. It's always, you have to have something more than yourself, Aaron. That's what God is. It's the idea. That's where it doesn't have to be a being, a sentient being. It's the idea that there is something more than yourself. That's where the head and the heart and God.
And
you
the,
need
and
the
the,
idea
and the
that
guts.
you're working for something
greater than you are. And that's what Dave Ramsey would talk about, sort of in this, as one of the best leading known financial coaches before the Aaron Hayes, the Cash Coach King. Obviously he's going to be a predecessor of the greatest of all time. I'm becoming the GOAT as the Cash Coach King. And how can I help you financially? Guess what? It don't start in your pocketbook. It don't start with your goddamn business, does it? It starts at your heart and your mind for people.
Yes, right.
It's every business is a people business. We have to love people, but how do we love people? Gotta love ourselves
first. Yes, and you see, without it, just hit me the other day.
Did it hurt?
That was the missing link, because without that, the head and the heart become confused. This is how
tarnished.
In one of my lives, or whatever you would like to call these things, it is how it led me to make an assault on heaven. It's the idea. There has to be something more, something greater than yourself, because without that, the head and the heart become confused and useless.
Yeah.
Worse than useless, they become counterproductive.
Yeah. Yes. See, if you believe or feel like I do, that we're connected. It's sort of like if we allow God to be on our head, we're the hands and the feet. That's been talked about.
We are all connected.
We are.
At this point,
it's like one big nervous system. Literally.
You can patch it. You can see it at times, Aaron.
I mean, I feel God when I hug a tree, and people are like, "You're a tree hugger. I thought you were a spirit-filled Christian." I'm like, I hate spirit-filled Christians, don't you?
Well,
Some
I was
days.
that way. I was spiritual before. Now, it is taken a step farther because you can.
You're a
at times,
freaking guru.
You can see the very fabric of everything.
Yes.
It together, and
Yes.
at those times,
Yes.
you can literally change things with your mind. I mean,
Yes.
we are the machine. The machine is us.
We
We are everything. Everything is connected. It is me. It's all me.
We create the emotions. So when we react or respond, whether we react or respond, let's say, or how we respond, like those da 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 da, you got a test coming up. That could be not trying to freak you out. If you label that, that's God or yourself or both, beating your drums so you're getting all fired up because you want to be on all cylinders, right? It's just getting you revved up. If you code that, great. I love those butterflies in my stomach. I'm going to do great on this test. You're going to do great. If your attitude's great and you get a B when you wanted an A, but your attitude is, at least I didn't get a C. If you're always expecting the best but planning for the worst, you can't fail.
Right.
Because you've coded everything above what the worst possible scenario is success. You're going to have a successful day.
But the butterflies and things are a product, the nervousness, which is a fear reaction. There's nothing to fear anymore. We live in an environment where there is no fear. Death has no toehold here. So there is nothing to fear. Go out and be all that you can fucking be. Go do everything you want to do.
Yes.
Bring it all to life.
Yes.
What is there to fear?
Nothing.
Exactly.
If you have coded your brain to train your brain to think, what's the worst possible scenario? And that would be, most people would say death.
Well,
And if you love death.
Well, death's been taken out of the equation.
Death, right. Well, not for most people, I don't think. But for us, we're supposed to say, hey, when we die, it's going to be better. So when you have the greatest fear that you have is taken away because you have such a tight relationship with God.
Now you need to live.
You just live.
For yourself.
And that living for yourself is living for
God, because we are all connected.
For others.
Yeah.
If you don't like yourself right, that's what my sexy soul line is all about. If you can't see yourself as having a sexy soul first,
again,
you can't help others have a sexy soul.
Again, and that's why we need to live better.
Right. Yes. Yes.
For something more, Aaron, because we are that first
wave
that people are going to look up to that want. You see, it's a fucking snowball effect.
Yes, just like businesses.
And
you invest your money.
If they see us being great, they say, "I want to be as great or greater."
Yes, you get it. You got it.
Now it's a ladder. Each generation needs to go up.
Yes,
not that.
And
as
that's
leaders, that is why we need to conduct ourselves better.
So I feel what you're saying is, Aaron, I know you spent 28 years developing this internship program so that people can become goats. Be better than you, make more money or have more soul connections or make better quality video, whatever, live a better life. Just live good. Life is good. And what I'm hearing you say is you're excited to join this first wave that we're creating. Number 2, and this is deep. You have a farm background like myself. You took, 6 months on the streets, hardcore, no roof over your head. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What was the coldest night? Like 10?
No, it was like 20 below. Right?
20 below.
Yeah, like 10.
Oh, and you had like a 10.
It was cold as fuck.
It's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
Right, cold AF. Cold AD, cold ass duck. For you, my mama. Come on, mama, you're gonna hear this sometime.
Cold and Domingo.
And I'm gonna cut here in about 10 seconds.
Where's all the paper that was in right here?
And that,
Seems like a good.
we heard it here first. We're creating the first wave. And if you want to get on that first wave, call 574-742-2266. Just call 574-742-2266. Get your first wave kicks on Route 66. This is Aaron M. Haste and Kyle Cuson. And he's going to be hosting this from now on. So here's the baton, bro. Yep, right here. Wait, no, right here. Because you are a fucking rock star. And Get your hand on the screen here. Take it.
Yes, this
And
is
there we
mine.
go.
That is my hand.
Okay, and you are a
Fucking rock
the
star.
invisible rock star. Because you don't need to be seen to be heard. Amen. See you guys.
That's the thing. This is
Oh.
nothing. It's the ideas.
It's the idea. Right. Hell yeah. And here's the deal, guys. Remember your priorities, and this is right, this is right, and this is right. This is what was wrong, and this is why my first marriage failed, and this is why my second marriage ain't gonna fail. Okay, it's right here. Your priorities should always be God, self, not kidding, spouse, kids, country. When you have kids, the first tendency for a mama girl and a daddy, but mostly mamas, is to put those kids above everybody else, even God.
Just to understand that, regardless, even if you're a single dude with nothing going for you,
Yep.
the fact that there is something more. Your actions do have consequences. Everything you do matters.
Right.
Never forget that because it's
Do not true.
Just like me listening to you and letting these burn. But actually, I wanted them toasted.
there you go.
So,
Tater tots.
hey, for all of you spuds out there, if you want to be part of the first wave, you want more information, remember, you can also email aaronhaste@gmail. And I should have that back in a couple of days. So aaronhaste@gmail. I won't get back to you today because I'm locked out of my Google Suite, but we're going to take care of that today or tomorrow, next day.
Yep.
On or before Friday, we're going to have utilities on at all the homes, aren't we?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And then that's what's up. So remember, for your first wave kicks, just send the subject line first wave to aaronhaste@gmail. That's spelled AARONHASTE @gmail.com, or call our hotline and talk to one of our lovely Indian ladies, because we're in India and Indiana mission. India to Indiana and everywhere in between. And I will be going to 22 countries and 22 states this year, on or before November 13th. We're still accepting bookings. So if y'all know someplace that, like a church, we do.
If they're in a state of emergency or a state of disrepair, can you kill two birds with one stone?
That's exactly what we're going to do.
There you go.
So my first company's name was Area A Restoration, which stood for Aaron, Rachel, Ava, Emma, and Aiden. So it's my kids at the time, 3 kids. Aaron, Rachel, Ava, Emma, and Aiden. Okay? And so Area A Restoration. So ever since 2009, June, okay, that would be, what was 2009, about 14 years ago?
Well, I think
2 seasons? 2
16,
seasons.
Aaron,
2
16
seasons.
years ago,
Are you sure?
according to my math.
Okay, you got good math, and it's good. I like that. But, so it's been it's the second, okay, that's what's up. Anyways, ever since then, for
Cycles.
for 16,
Yeah.
2 cycles plus 2 years.
Yep.
That's 2 and 2.
2.5 cycles. Yep.
Yeah. I've been thinking, how can we help restore people and homes?
That's why the fucking eclipse, the cycles, goddamn. That just that's.
You get it?
That's why I woke up. That when that eclipse, it fucking makes sense. That's
So,
all.
yep, let's do this. Okay, so Kyle Cuson, he's going to be the new host of this podcast. And so we guys, wish him luck. If you have any ideas, just put your comments below, okay? Remember, like, subscribe, post, repost. You got this. Love you, bye.